Welcome to Crepe Myrtle Row. My name is Lisa. In today's video, I'm sharing my kitchen and dining room decorated with my strawberry decor and a few pieces of Valentine's here and there. So let's just get started over here with this shelving unit. I have these canisters here, just different pieces, and y'all, just about every single thing is thrifted. And when I say thrifted, I mean it could have came from a thrift store or an antique store or eBay or Etsy or somewhere like that. You know, all of it secondhand, I guess I could say. Even the furniture in here, other than the rocking chair, that was bought for me when I was had my daughter. So, and she will be 30 this year. But other than that, the rest of the furniture is all thrifted. But I have some of my rolling pins up there. You'll see a whole bunch more of them in my kitchen, and just various things put up there. My grandmother's mixer, but I switched out the bowl for a jadeite one. And then I have all of these vintage plates, the ones that are shaped like strawberries. That's a whole set that's from the 1940s. And then I have these little vintage pieces, little Valentines. That's one of my absolute favorite. It's a planner. And over there's one. And I have thrifted those or eBay or places like that. And I have them stored on some of these. These are little plastic flower frogs that I have. And then down here is a vintage postcard. And I know that doesn't actually say it's for Valentine's, but I love the roses, and it's from 1910. And that one is from 1911. And they are wrote on the back, but you can't hardly read them. It's faded out and it's all in cursive. And although I know how to read cursive, I grew up with cursive, I didn't know how to read the way they wrote. It was like very, very difficult to decipher. And I have that candle there. But I'll back up and let you see that overall. I know normally I would decorate. In the past, I have decorated entirely in Valentine's, like everything in here, the dishes, everything would be Valentine's Day. I even have a tree that I'll put up sometimes there and have like vintage style Valentine's and all on it. But I wanted to kind of simplify it this year. So after Valentine's is over, I can simply remove those few pieces and it still will look right. It won't look like it's empty or missing anything. So that was my intent. I'm wanting to try to simplify things this year to not make it as difficult if I don't decide to completely change out every season. And I haven't had my strawberries out in a couple of years. So one thing I forgot to show is some of these ornaments that I just used to hang down from that garland. And then that throw I thrifted, and I thought it was perfect for the Valentine's colors. After Valentine's, I have a strawberry print tablecloth that I will completely cover that chair in. And then I don't always show all of this bundt pan collection, but I'll share that. And then on my table here, I have a tablecloth that's, you know, it's a little bigger. I've got stuff on it. I set stuff down, and that's the bad thing about it. Everything gets stuck on it. I mean, it doesn't fit the tablecloth or the table like it should, so I just put it at a diagonal. That way I can still use it. And after, again, after Valentine's is over, I'm gonna take this one up and I will have a strawberry runner that goes down through here, that's strawberries and the red and white check. I will share that in an upcoming thrift haul. And again, there's just these few little pieces here for Valentine's that I can take up, and then it would just be my strawberry decor. And those pieces I picked up at TJ Maxx back around Thanksgiving, I believe. Then we have here. I like mixing the jadeite in. My son got me this piece and a piece you'll see in just a minute that was hand painted with the strawberries, and I just love it, so I try to always mix them in when I do my strawberry decor. And these were just some cake plates I just stacked up on each other to make it like a tiered tray, and just odds and ends little strawberry things. And then I have my sifters with strawberries on it, and then just aprons with the red, and then I loved that one because it had the jadeite color. And then I had thrifted this necklace, it's little glass beads that look like strawberries. I have that sign that I found at Michael's, I think it was a couple of years ago or 3 years ago. And then here are some of my collection of cookbooks, not all of them, there's many, many more, but I love the hardback spiral bound ones. I love that Better Homes and Gardens. It's from the early 50s. I can't remember off my top of my head exact date, but all of these are from mostly from the late 50s up to the early 70s, I think. And then that's just one of those casserole dish holders. You see them in thrift stores all the time. It normally has a little glass casserole dish it's supposed to hold. I just painted it and it holds the cookbooks perfectly. And there's just some more of my vintage cookbooks. That thing's full of them. And then here are my collection of picnic baskets. I just recently thrifted that one. I will also be sharing it in my next thrift haul. I think I got it for like $6. But I'm thinking this is too many in here. I don't use the bar to sit at. We left one chair because sometimes my husband does like to sit there and talk to me when I'm cooking. But I didn't need the rest of them, so I've done away with them and just decorate there now. And I put these here during Christmas. This set was over there, but my table was, you know, at an angle here, so I had room for them over there. Well, now I don't. If I put them over there, you can't get around my table. So I'm thinking I need to take one stack of these out and put them in another room. Now these are functional. I use them for storage. Like there's candlesticks, the wax warmers in them, there's linens in them, there's all kind of, you know, extra candles, everything like that I have in there. Some of my aprons I store in there, and so they could be put in another room. But y'all let me know, is that too much? And I know I'm a maximalist, so I like a lot of stuff, but would it look better to take one of the stacks out? And if so, which one? The ones that's more like that, with that reef, I'm sorry, it keeps wanting to focus on my finger there. Or this stack on the left-hand side. And then this was a cookbook that I recently found. That thing's full of cookbooks. Here is this wall. And I love the red and white transferware dishes, and I have all kinds of them. Have many more than this, but these are what I can fit on this one wall. And I've had these strawberry prints, but they were in really big frames with glass in the front, and I didn't like them, so I found these wooden frames and I just reframed them myself like that. And I know it looks like I cut them off, but that's the original framing was like that, you know, so I didn't really cut off anything that wasn't already in the previous frame. And a recent eBay find was that vintage little wreath there. It's a little small one. And then here is the kitchen area. I'll show you this side of what I have here on the bar is just some of my vintage pieces. And again, everything is thrifted. Now this corner shelf here was my husband's grandmother's, but everything else in it I thrifted. Other than that, my grandma made that one. this Hooser cabinet is one of my favorite pieces. And if you watched my last thrift haul, you've seen a little bit of this where I thrifted some of those pieces and shared it. And I recently found this scale on eBay and I just loved it because of the color there, the green color. We have my collection of rolling pins. I think that one is complete. There is no more can be added to that section without removing some. Have a few enamelware pieces there. And then I've got to work on this. I found these garlands with the strawberries on it on eBay, and I've tried to wrap them around an existing like candle ring wreath I have. But it seems like no matter what I do, one of them gets lopsided. So I've got to figure out how to get it on there and attach it permanently. Right now they're just kind of twisted on there. And I like the way this one looks, but that one keeps flopping. So got to work on those. I tried to find some of the candle rings, you know, that I could buy as a set to put there. And oddly enough, you can't find them. No one had anything like that. I could find on eBay, I could find one of one style and one of another style and see like I have that one, but couldn't find two of the same thing. And I just put some of my little strawberry print pocketbooks down here because these are not breakable, and those are at the height my grandson likes to play with things. So made sure I tried to somewhat make it a little more child-proof than what I normally do. And that's a little miniature tea set. Even my bread basket has strawberries on it. And I know it's kind of weird because I have a blueberry pie plate here, but I absolutely love this pie plate. Even have a strawberry print or strawberry scent candle burning. And here's this side of that. And I will share up there. I haven't really changed anything up there lately. There's not a whole lot I can do because that's a very small space. So not a lot of changing I can do to it. And in here I have the curtain just like in the dining room. And that was found at an antique store. There's a lot little strawberry appliques. I would like to find this type of plate with a strawberry on it. Got the lemon and the peach, but I would love to find one with a strawberry on it. And that little stained glass piece I shared in the last video, y'all, my husband's out there. He loves making walking sticks. So he's out there carving up a walking stick he found in the woods, and then he'll carve it up, and there's some I've got he's carved faces in. And then I just have my little collection of miniature hen and chicks there. A little bit of strawberry on that. Oh, and the other thing I get asked about a lot, and I'll mention it here. All of those pans, those were bought that color. I get asked all the time, did I paint them? No, I found them that color, but you could most certainly, if you didn't plan on ever using them to cook in, if you find some, just paint them. Spray paint them in the colors you want them to be in. Now I have all colors of those. I have some in fall colors, so during the fall, I took out like the pink and the purple and the lighter blue and put in the more orange and like the golden yellow colors and the more the green colors that were more like a olive green and stuff to trade those out. But that was just a question I get asked a lot, and I get asked a lot, let me spin around here without making you dizzy, about the holder here. That is a plate rack holder. So that's where the plates would have stacked in there. And as you see, I've had to wire some of them on there. Some of them hold in place. Like those 3 are just held in place. These 2 are held in place by that. That one falls back behind, as you can see. Then I have to wire that one. And that's kind of the situation going up through there. Some of them are held in place by the thing, some by gravity, and then others are wired in. Like the very top ones, definitely wired in because that was the very top of the piece. If you have any questions about things you see in here, don't hesitate to leave me a comment below and I'll answer them. But I know those are some that I get asked a lot. So I thought I would go ahead and answer those for you. And I have a pot up there, but it's cherries on it and not strawberries. But again, see, there's not much room. I need to raise it up, but there's not a whole lot of room you can raise it up on. And then I just have on top of my refrigerator here, y'all, I have to keep these magnets here because my grandson loves playing with these magnets. So I put them on here and then we slide them all down when he comes to play. And then up here to some of my vintage scales and a sifter and some of my tins. And then my very whimsical little rooster and hen set there. And then that is the laundry room going in there. And then one more thing, strawberry, is my key ring thing, and then that cross stitch there. All were thrifted. But that's it for my kitchen and dining room. This is after I put up all my Christmas decor. I decided to get out my strawberry decor. Now last year, I filled up all of that was with some of my vintage tins. And I love the way that looked, but I had not had my strawberries out for a couple of years and was missing them. And believe it or not, this is not all of my collection. I actually gave a lot to my sister-in-law, and she's decorated her kitchen or her dining room with strawberries because she inherited a hutch from my mother-in-law, and she had strawberry dishes and canisters. So she's decided to incorporate the strawberries in her decor as well. So maybe I can get a chance to go over there and film her kitchen and let y'all see that. But this is all of it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment below or questions below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope y'all have a very blessed day. Bye.